Aquarius, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel for another energy reading for the week going from the 4th to the 11th of August. Hope you're doing well. How have you found the energy this week? I found it very, very productive. If you've got a certain organized bent to you, and the best thing to do is to, in the morning, is just take time out, 5 minutes, no more, just to realize what you can do in the day and what you can't do in the day. And also make sure the list of the cans or want or needs to do are possible. So don't have a list that's way too long. And so the moment I could sort of approaching it like that, it's a lot easier this week. It's been very productive, really. Messages from Energy came out this week, and it was all about a veil of reality that is falling to one side. And I think this has got to do with those truths and understandings that's coming to the surface, albeit slow in certain departments, but you know, it's coming to the surface, and this is giving us a different view of reality that is around us. And that helps us, I think, in manifesting things. And it's realization that we are the key to our universe. So that's on the messages from Energy that came out this week here. You'll find it on our channel. It'll be around my head at the end of this reading. Let's get on with your reading for this week here. We're going to be going into messages from Energy for you, and then we're going to be looking at which chakras are really playing, you know, which chakras you want to really sort of play upon energetically, and then we'll have a look at your pull a few cards and see what's going on. Okay, so in the meantime, let's just connect to this beautiful energy that's around here. Absolutely fantastic, really beautiful energy here at the moment. There is this sort of, it's a passionate red with nice blue involved as well. So there's this communication, there's understanding that comes along with the energy that's trying to feed into Aquarius this week. And that's driven by a bit of passion for life, to enjoy life. And, you know, looking at your readings over the past month, it's certainly been building up to something within you, and it's just waiting. This is what the messages for Energy was about. We are our key to the universe, and it's just waiting for you in a way, sort of, to engage and live. And sometimes it's not taking a risk, but it is taking a leap of faith within yourself more than anything else. Don't take a leap of faith necessarily in the world outside. Take a leap of faith about you. I think that's really important. Okay, let's just get and see what's the general message from the energy is coming in. So reconnecting, finding that 0.0 energy again. That's really nice. I get this like either a person that whatever they pull out their pocket is exactly what they need. And it's like if you're looking for something, you'll probably find it within you. It's like a person who's got like a bag, and within that bag there is a boundless supply of what you need, and you've got everything that you need, I think, within you or with you, and that could be through understanding, that could be through patience, and through an emotion and so forth, which I think is going to be playing quite strongly. But it's also just an aspect of you have the right thing for the right moment, and that seems to be a repeating thing for quite a few signs this week, it's got to be said. But yes, you've definitely got what it takes, as it were. Okay, let's get onto the financial sort of side of here. Studious, I get, and it doesn't necessarily mean learning something, although you could well be learning like an online workshop or course or something like that, or even doing sort of like, you know, evening education or education in order to further your career path or your business or your project or whatever it is. Could be learning something, could even be learning, say, like to you know, to sail, example, so you can go off and do sailing in the future. And it seems to be like you're very studious and concentrated on what you're doing, and it seems to be there's a degree of calculation going in. So if you're looking for a job, when you're filling out the form for the job, don't just fill it out. You know, be very precise about where you put the things and what the words you use and how you write and everything like that. Being very, very concise and precise with things. And that's the same with, you know, any sort of action within your business or even within your projects. Just being very studious or being very attentive will bring you enormous amounts of benefits. It will enlarge in your happiness. Okay, let's see what's going on the emotional front. This is where that love of life comes into play here, and it's like when someone likes this video or, you know, puts a heart out on this video, and you get those sort of flutter of hearts go like that, you know. So it's there's an energy of joyful, childlike excitement about discovering something. This could be discovering a new partner. This could be discovering a new aspect of your existing partner. It could be discovering an activity that you just absolutely love, or a spiritual practice that you'd start doing that you kind of think, this is so right for me. And it brings back, or brings not necessarily back, but brings that joy to the surface that is within you. That joy to kind of go, do you know what? Life is good. And because it's good, that's where the whole veil of the messages from energy can be taken away. We see the reality for what it is, and we can start manifesting. And you can start manifesting more like, you know, the life that you wish to live. And that is the balance between the work and the play ethic. So it could be a really good week for sort of meeting someone. And obviously, to meet someone, you've got to be out there. You've got to be out there to meet them. So, you know, it's not necessarily the postman that's going to be knocking at the door, as it were. So, yes, you know, getting out in there, I think, is really important. Okay, let's see what's going on the spiritual sort of front. A way of doing things that is unique to you, which is this, you know, when someone does something wrong, you've got this, you're very forgiving, but you expect people to learn the lesson. And I said earlier on patience, and I think spiritual patience is your key here to your allowing your enlightenment that you have within you to shine on the world around you. And, you know, people will recognize it as well. So they will also, you know, they will help you grow just by understanding that you are being patient with the world or with them or with the situation and so forth. So it bodes incredibly well for your happiness. And when you start doing that, that's when you can start manifesting the life you want, because you can recognize aspects. You kind of say, I want more of that, or I don't want that to cease. So I need to have this sort of exchange or this sort of engagement with life. Patience is not just a virtue, it's a way of being. That's what it is. Okay, let's get down to the chakra sequencing. Let's see how that plays out and see which chakras are playing for you this week here. We find that neutral point. There we go. We've got that neutral point, that first connection within the sternum. Absolutely lovely. And then we get the crown and the root. And unlike for a lot of signs, but this is very particular for you as well, the root chakra is its lovely sort of softness. It's almost like feathers in a way that I get, like feathers around your feet and feeling that sort of lightness within you. And the crown chakra is organized. It's consciousness. And consciousness is organized. It's not just, that's lovely. It's not just that. It's also major organization and how we live, physically our life, spiritually and emotionally, and engaging with that consciousness in a very organized fashion. And I feel like that you seem to be, this organization is easy for you this week to organize everything. And it's because of that patience, I think, that allows your consciousness to really impose upon the world around you, which helps with manifestation. It's on the move now. So here we go. We're going to the third eye and the throat chakra. And the third eye and the throat chakra is also, this is where I think the patience is delivered. It's in a way that you have this thought about a situation and you have that moment of space between the thought and saying, where it allows the what you're saying to come out in a steady, constant stream, as it were, which is understandable and perceivable by the people that you're addressing or the situation that you're addressing. So that gives rise to solutions. So take your time between thought and communication. And even when you're listening, just take that time to actually hear what they're saying before you allow it to permeate into the mental side, the third eye of things. And it will help you to see your pathway a lot easier, what you should be doing, where you should be going, etc. It does move on to the heart, and the heart is full. And I think this is where, as the heart, it's like a disc that goes around us, and it's swelling up in a very nice way. And it's just allowing sort of, that oxygen of love to sort of come to the surface. And it's a love that is also, could be a one-to-one as much as it is for love for people, love for situations, love for life, love for your house. It's there's multitude of sort of gratitudes for what you're living at the moment. And even if you're in this transition, everyone starts from somewhere, and if you're just noticing it, the transition and things getting better and easier in your life, then that's where you should recognize the beauty, and that's how it will grow. And this is the organization, so it's moved on to the sacrum here, and the sacrum is very similar to the um, root chakra. It's very light. It's an incredibly light for the sacrum. And this is that whole idea of that you've got this bag with endless supplies of what you need with you. And it just seems like the fundamental things, and this helps with the organization and so forth, the fundamental things are within your reach permanently. And it's so much easier for you to then just deal with life and actually get on and do. And then it goes back to the crown and the root. No solar plexus this week, and that's been for quite a few signs. So you don't need to be forcing things. I think energy can do that for you at the moment. Really, really lovely sequencing going on. So if it's take that time between thought and communication. I think that's really good. Be organized within your sacrum and within your crown chakra. So then therefore, that organization can help for bliss within your life. Really, really good. Okay, let's just have a look at your aura and see what's going on, see if there's anything in particular. There is this sort of like point of understanding, and I think it's a point of understanding about yourself. It's around this sort of area here, and it's like an idea that's filtrating through your crown chakra and sort of distributing the information to the rest of your body, saying to the heart, okay, look, it's nice if you're like this. Solar plexus, it's good if you're like this. Setting, like playing a piano, it's choosing the notes that you need to play for that chord. And it's a revelation for you, I think, more than anything else. Really, really nice for you, Aquarius. Just looking from the cards. I'd like to put a few cards on that. The elements this week, and and I have been saying for an incredibly long time that solar cycle 25, we've come to the end of the high section, and there's going to be no more real flares. There is going to be some, but nothing, major anymore. and we're moving already into that transition into the low cycle, which is coronal holes. And through that transition, you get a lot of air and a lot of water, which is really good for you because that's your sign in concerns with the astroflower. But with that air and that water gives sort of emotional clarity to the life. And that's all to do with the third eye and the throat chakra. So it does play on all the different elements. If you want to have a look at that on the astroflower, it's really good. There you go. You get the first card coming out of the pack and the general energy. You get the Page of Pentacles. This is an idea that you're nurturing. You're learning to grow. And it's not necessarily that you don't know already. I think you definitely do know. And I think this is a process that's actually going to be very quick for you. But it's just like kind of, sometimes you remember that sometimes you're listening to music and you kind of go, do you know what? I've got that album. I haven't listened to it for a long time. And you listen to it and it just brings up a whole new insights. And looking at life from a certain distance, you understand the situation that happened ages ago that in a completely different way. You're off on this mission to grow. You're off on this mission to really install. And I think that's all about that idea that's trickling through your complete system, as it were, through your crown chakra, right through to you. A knight in shining armor could be also patience for others, because it's very much a knight in shining armor. It's that sort of personified of helping out. And you get the Seven of Wands. This is where they get that expectation of people to be learning their lessons. And you have a path to go on, and you shouldn't be stopping from going on that path. You should follow it through, Aquarius, and you will get to beautiful, wondrous High Priestess. That's that consciousness coming through, a master of the spiritual and energetic realms. Absolutely brilliant for you, Aquarius. Great week in store. Yes, hope you get the best out of these readings. Thanking you very much for subscribing, liking and sharing. Also, don't forget about the Messages from Energy, the live that we're going to be doing this week, and also the other energy videos that we do on this channel. I will see you soon. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.